Hello, welcome once again to the Happy People, Happy Profit Show. And I'm your host, Osaye Mafaila Sisi. And today we're going to be talking about 3 soft skills that your team members need to have. 3 soft skills. It's extremely important, and let's talk about it. So, number 1, they need to have conflict resolution skills. Because as long as there are 2 different people, there's going to be conflict. Even sometimes we have conflict with ourselves. But in the office, there'll be people that, physically have disagreements. Of course, you should have a policy of no physical fights. But if there are disagreements, there needs to be a way that things get resolved. So these people need to learn. There are different programs out there that help with conflict resolution. But this is something you need to institute in your organization. If it's something that you can ask someone to come in and do a training, or if it's something that you can do yourself, if you can. But a lot of consultants are not super expensive, so it's something you can definitely outsource. But conflict resolution is extremely important, because when there's conflict, it's hard for people to get work done. Because they stay away from people, they stay away from whatever. So there's a lot of hiccups, in the organization, and things don't get done efficiently. So get conflict resolution skills, teach it to them, and encourage them to use it very well. The next thing that they need to have is communication skills, because everybody is different, and they need to know how to communicate well with different types of people. When I do my trainings, I go through a personality test that I've created specially for my people, and it shows them that if this person is a worker, quote unquote, this is what workers hear when you say this. This is how you can get a worker to do the work you want them to do. This is how you can praise a worker. This is all of those things. So you need to know the kinds of person that they are and communicate well with them. But you also need to know the kind of person that you are, so that you know how to use your best gift and you can put your talent out there, put your best foot forward. So that's why it's very important that you learn how to communicate, because everything comes back to communication. From the very first day they apply for a position, we can even start from before that. When you are putting the position out there, saying you need somebody, when they apply, how you communicate with them, interviews, that whole process. And when they come into your organization, you need to have a good communication system. And your staff, your team members need to have a good communication system. Whether it's your staff or the team members in your department, they need to have a good communication system. Because in the end, you want people to feel like you respect them whenever you speak with them. It's not about not saying what's on your mind or not saying what needs to be said, but it's about people feeling respected regardless of what's going on. And that's why conflict resolution skills are important, and that's why communication skills are important as well. And of course, there are a lot of communication skills trainings out there. So you can hire a consultant, or you can just create the kinds of culture that you want in your organization. And then finally, the third skill that a lot of people don't see as a skill, but it's an essential skill, is the ability to have a sense of humor, regardless of what's going on. Your team members need to have a sense of humor. Why is that? Because there will be challenges. Because it's work, it's life. There will be challenges in life. But if they can have a sense of humor, they'll be able to resolve things quickly. If there's a conflict, they'll be able to resolve things quickly. If we're doing, if it's crunch time, you have something you need to get done for a client quickly, if they can have a sense of humor, they'll resolve things quickly. If somebody offends them and they have a sense of humor, they can dismiss it, and then things can be done smoothly. So that's why having that skill, and it's a skill because it's something that the more you practice, the more you can do it. Some people are more aligned towards that's fine. And some people have learned it over the years based on their own life experiences, and that's fine. But for those who have not learned it, it's a skill that you would want to help them to discover. So there'll be different trainings that you can do to get that, or there'll be just a different culture that you can institute into your organization and you can encourage in your organization or your department. And that's what will help you to build the kind of organization or the kind of department that you want. Making sure that they have these 3 essential skills. And what are they again? 1, They need to know how to have conflict resolution. They need to know how to resolve conflict in a way that is beneficial to both parties, that is still leaving both parties feeling respected. 2, they need to know how to communicate well, communicate from a place of strength, and while also communicating to the other person's place of strength. So you don't say things that the other person might be finding offensive, even though you're just trying to, say something, but you don't realize that it's actually offending the other person. And then finally, something that a lot of organizations don't think about is that you need to help them build a sense of humor, because that's a skill that is really, really beneficial. And if they can get that, boy, they will be very, very efficient in your organization. So I hope that helped. I hope it made sense. I look forward to next time. Make sure you go to my website, osailasisi.com, and you'll see lots of free resources that will help you to learn how to get the best out of your team members. Thank you once again for listening. I look forward to connecting with you again next time. Bye.